question of politics. Just a couple of days ago, this person said politics is nothing but two different opinions. And if there are two people, there's no problem. You stick to your opinion, you stick to your opinion. But when the third person comes, that's when the politics surfaces, because I have to take either her opinion or your opinion. So that's when it gets political, whose side you would be. So that was an interesting perspective, that anytime you have two different opinions, politics will surface. And we were talking about winning and losing. You want to talk about that? That was quite interesting.
You approach, three people can approach it either as a winner and a loser. And okay, I'm obviously from the United States, so Amy, it's hard to imagine play 5 days of cricket and pick up stumps and nobody wins. We have sudden death. Yeah. Somebody's got to win and somebody's got to lose. The way I always looked at it was, if you play as hard as you can, and you play fair, and you play by the rules, you can go home, and I always say, I can shave in the morning and be happy with myself even when I lose. And I'm going to lose. But if I cheat, that's sort of the politics of it, and you can cheat at anything. You know, you got to have some pride in yourself and some pride in your moral standards.
So do you think it's a continuum, politics? Or do you think it's very, so you either play politics or you don't? You're part of it or you're not?
Well, think about it. Everybody is interested for the whiffle. What's in it for me? Because it's always somewhere. I made a presentation to the chairman of the firm yesterday, and I said, you got to understand, Mark, this is all about me. Okay, it's everything I want for my people. You know, he's got a lot of other things, and I'm going to give him exactly what I need for me. So, is that politics? Yeah, I was politicking. I'm trying to get the best for my group. Upfront and honest about it, but it's also about competition. You know, you've got to win and lose. If somebody wins, everybody in my group wants to make partners. 7 years from now, let's just say there's going to be 7 partners. So look left, look right. 2,493 of you will not make partner. Same thing in the United States, not any different here than there. So you can cut somebody off at the knees and try to make them look bad, or you can just do your good job and do the best you can and see what happens. So I report to a guy that's 15 years younger than me. Just the way life is. Doesn't make it that I've been a partner longer makes me any smarter than anybody else. There's power, there's status. So all those things go into politics. I think politics is just observing the people around you, not getting in the middle. There was a group in Birmingham that came in at 6 o'clock in the morning and left at 6 o'clock at night because they wanted to go home, and there happened to be a lot of women in that group. Made their kids, the husbands took the kids to work, they needed to take the kids home and take care of them. And then there was a group that came in at 10 or 11 and left at 10 or 11 at night. 2 different clocks. And the group that stayed late would always, they get out of here. What are they doing getting up early? This is ridiculous. They get to go home. So hold on a second. You know, you can't, if your body clock's different, it's just the way it is. People are different. So I said, okay, tomorrow you come in at 6 o'clock. Well, I don't want to come in at 6 o'clock. I said, well, yeah, you do. You're going to come in at 6 o'clock to try to make people understand that the day's same. But you do get that. And if you may not hear it, because nobody's going to tell you, but it will be behind your back. And that's when your politics come. So the answer to that is that's gossip. And before you talk about somebody like that, you got to stop. You got to catch yourself saying, you know, he leaves at 5:30 every night. Okay. Because you don't know what I do when I go home. You don't know what calls I'm on.
Yes.
Negotiating appropriately, knowing how and when to negotiate, when to quit, whether you win or lose isn't the point. How to present your idea in a format that makes somebody else thinks it's really good, and in some cases making them think it's their idea.
Yeah.
Getting your way without taking credit for it. Doesn't really matter whether you get credit for it or not. So